Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Automotive Junkie podcast, EP003. I'm your host, Dave Thompson from Engineered Automotive. We are filming today in the showroom of the company, which you can see behind me. There's some cool cars. This podcast is all about pushing the automotive culture. I'd like to share tips and tricks of the automotive trade with videos, social posts, incredible guests to join me, and so much more. I have a quick little podcast for you tonight. It's called What Should I Do? Let me elaborate on this. What if your loved one or you might have new drivers at home in your family, and they're driving and the vehicle breaks down and they're stuck on the side of the road? This could be at night in the middle of nowhere. If they're anything like my kids, their phone is at 2% and they do not even have a charger handy because they forgot it or they lost it. It's missing. It's typical. So I want to share my thoughts through experience on what you need to know in case this happens. Number one, pull onto the right shoulder as quickly and safely as possible. If you need to pull onto the left shoulder, ensure that you are as far away from moving traffic as possible. If you cannot pull off on the road, turn your hazard lights on. If you're uncertain about your safety and you think your vehicle may be struck from behind, do not stay in your vehicle. Leave your vehicle only if there is a safe area to move to. Do not leave your purse or wallet or items of personal value in the vehicle. Take them with you. I'm going to tell you a little story of what happened. So many moons ago, my sister was driving her car on the highway up to 400. Never forget this, at night. And she sees some smoke coming underneath the dashboard. So she, obviously panics. She pulls over. She gets out of the vehicle and stands in front and starts to, call whoever. She saw a tow truck driver. And back then they have a lot of those vultures where they're driving up and down the highway. They see this and then they pull in. Anyways, this guy pulls in and says, "Oh my God, lady, here, he'll stand over here. Let me go check it out. There's smoke coming out." So he goes in the car and basically tells my sister, "Just stay over there. We got it. I got it. No problem. We'll see. We'll assess the situation." He takes her purse, casually goes to the truck, and says, "Okay, I'm gonna dispatch. I'm gonna call fire department. Looks like there's a small little fire. Please stay here, and they'll be here in a minute." He gets in his truck, and he leaves, takes off on her. Okay, she has her phone with her, thank God. So then she calls me on the phone, tells me the situation, and I'm like, man, I'm not shocked that this happened. So I happen to make a few phone calls, and pretty much within about 4 hours, I had her purse back with everything intact, wallet, money, everything. Okay, my point: keep personal values of you, all your items, with you at all times. Purse, bag, wallet, whatever. Take them out with you. Tip number 2: note your vehicle's location. So look for a major exit. Note landmarks such as service stations, restaurants, shopping centers, business complexes. This will be useful to know when calling for assistance. Number 3, carefully have a look if you can see the vehicle's concern. Okay, so if you're driving along and if you heard any unusual noises of the engine, or let's say in a flat tire situation, you'd hear more of a flop flop sound when you're driving, and sometimes a car will pull to a certain direction. Is there any smoke coming from the vehicle, inside or out? If you must get out of the vehicle to assess the situation, please exit the vehicle from the side away from traffic. If you're on a busy road or highway, do not stand in front of your vehicle or directly behind it, risking of you being struck by a motorist who can't see you. Number 4, turn on your hazard lights, especially at night or in bad weather. It doesn't matter. Day or night, doesn't matter what kind of weather it's happening. Turn on your hazard lights, okay? That's your 4-way flashers. Every vehicle that you own should have equipped with an emergency roadside kit. Okay, it's like a little bag. It's filled with, booster cables. It's first aid kits, and it has that little orange triangle in there. And that reflector sign you want to place in front of the vehicle or behind the vehicle, whatever the situation is. I'm going to show you the picture of that kit now. It is on Amazon. I have it for all my vehicles. I also bought an LED emergency flare kit. Amazon sells this. Okay, it's a pack of 6 that flash and give a great visual to other drivers or assistants. I added those in the bag, put them in there. They charge up. You just every once in a while you probably have to check them out to make sure that they're still charged up. But have these in the bag. Keep this in the vehicles, and especially if you're driving long. If let's say you've got kids that are driving or commuting back and forth to school on the highway, this is great for that purpose. Or driving up north skiing or whatever it may be, you need this. Okay, I really advise to get this. Number 5, call your family or friend and let them know where you're stranded. Look for a landmark like we spoke about before, roadsides or intersections, etc. If the situation is not good and you are uncomfortable, don't hesitate. Call 911. Okay? Call 911. They will advise you on what to do and dispatch any emergency vehicles to you. Do not, and I repeat, do not be bullied from a drive-by tow truck driver to get your vehicle off the road or onto their truck to take it to a shop. Tell them stop. No, leave it alone. Tell them you've called 911. And also, you have called your family member or a friend, and they'll be here any minute. You'll see how fast they leave. If they don't leave, just call 911 again and explain your situation. You'll see how fast things will change for you and for them. Number 6, if you have a new vehicle, you might be entitled to having a complimentary roadside service. So there will be a card in your owner's manual that's in the glove box. It'll have like a 1-800 number that you can give a call, and then they'll dispatch a tow truck service to pick your vehicle up. If you do not have a manufacturer's roadside company, I advise you to purchase a trustworthy roadside assistance company like CAA. Keep the card in your wallet. You need to, so if there's ever a situation and you need to call them, the card has to be with you at all times. Okay, and you got to be present with the vehicle. So they need that card for a proof of the call to make sure it's you, and hopefully you have someone you can trust there to pick you up. Rely on an Uber, taxi, or Lyft service. That's what I would do. If you choose to stay in your vehicle, okay, keep the windows and doors locked. If you can, and the engine runs, keep the engine running, but watch the engine temperature gauge so that's not overheating, or keep an eye on and for any noise or smell or smoke coming from the engine. Okay. If you feel uncomfortable or even threatened by a stranger while waiting in your car, call 911. Okay. Honk the horn repeatedly and flash the lights to attract the attention of other motorists. There's some great Samaritans out there that will help out. So honk your horn repeatedly and flash those lights, okay? But lock your door and keep those windows closed. If your wife or your husband, the kids, partner are driving, keep them secured and safe with these helpful tips, okay? And go out and buy the emergency kits with the LED flares and leave in the trunk. They're on Amazon. I'll send you the link as well that you can buy it at. Also make sure, and they're not expensive, I think they're like $50, $60, whatever they are. Also make sure you have a roadside assistance service like CAA or a trustworthy tow truck driver or automotive service roadside company, or your new car manufacturer's program like a little card they have in your owner's manual. CAA makes a great gift. Okay, and it's a great peace of mind the next time that any of your friends or family are driving their vehicle. This is a quick little podcast for it, and I want to make sure that safety is number one for everybody. The safety tips that I'm providing you are based through experience and through just being aware and being part of the business of knowing what's going on. So I'd like to just share that with you guys. So I want to thank you for listening on Spotify. Thank you for watching us on YouTube. And thanks for stopping by on the Automotive Junkie podcast. Stay updated by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And it's youtube.com// EA_TV. I'll have it on our screen as well, or on Spotify. Search the Automotive Junkie podcast, and you'll find these quick little videos on podcasts on there. They're cool. They're neat to hear. If you're on social media, connect with us on Facebook at Engineered Automotive, and on Instagram at Engineered Automotive. So we're everywhere. We try to. We're going to have some great guests next time during the whole season, and provide you with awesome content. You can watch all our past videos on our YouTube channel and listen to Spotify in your car at home. So I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by the Automotive Junkie podcast. I'm your host, Dave Tomasetti. We're here at Engineered Automotive, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.